And I think that there is hope, and I think that this crisis of finance presents us with a great opportunity, but we have to be quick and we have to be bold if we are going to use this opportunity. So, can we save the planet? Can we afford to pay what is necessary to save the planet? And that's where most governments say, no, we can't. It costs too much. It's too big an investment. And that's where I would say that what we can do is say to the banks, all right, you have received X hundreds of billions of dollars, and from now on, you are going to lend X% of your portfolios only to ecologically important projects, to alternative energy projects, to ecological construction work, to individual families who want to reduce their energy bill. We do not have to have a worldwide revolution to do this, which would be maybe the only other way to solve the crisis, and we certainly can't wait for a worldwide revolution. It means also that we have to have a much greater action, as ATTAC has been calling for a decade, at the international level. Up to now, taxes stop at the national level. You pay taxes locally, and you pay them to your national government. And that's it. What we need now is taxes at the European level and at the world level. And we should begin with taxes on financial transactions, particularly currency exchanges. Before the crisis, I don't know how much it is now, but probably not much less, $3.2 trillion was being traded every day on currency markets. Here again, I'm not asking for the moon. If you got 1/10 of 1% of those exchanges, you would collect an enormous amount of money, which could be invested in not just the climate crisis, but also the social and the poverty crisis. Next task, get rid of tax havens. At least 1/2 of the value of world trade at some point goes through paradis fiscaux, paradisos fiscales. And the Tax Justice Network says that at least $250 billion is being taken away from governments which otherwise would receive that much more in taxes. So close down the tax havens. We need also a tax on transnational corporations, which would be called a unitary profits tax. That means that you know what the transnational has sold in every jurisdiction. Let's say that, I don't know, take a transnational, Ford, for instance, in bad shape, Ford, or General Electric, has made 5% of its sales in Spain. So it would be pretty much normal that it pay approximately 5% of its taxes in Spain. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, but approximately the same. But if you had a report that said, I made 1% of my sales here, let's say in the Cayman Islands, and I paid 50% of my taxes here, you would think that was a bit fishy, no? A bit dodgy. The idea is you know what the transnational sales were, and you know what they paid in each tax jurisdiction. And therefore you know where they are cheating and where they are using transfer pricing, etc. What we need is to understand that we can be powerful in this moment. And we have to stand up and say, this is not on. We want something in exchange. You can find overnight, you can find $100 billion for the banks. What about the poor people? What about the alternative energies? What about our petroleum dependency in Mallorca, etc., etc.? And to do this, we have to make alliances. We have to join with each other. We have to join with governments that have the right ideas so that we can bring together all of this technology, all of this knowledge, and say, enough is enough. Now we're going to run the world a different way. And we can do it without having a war. Thank you very much.